Hi guys, welcome back to my podcast, Brit Barbie's Tea Party. Thank you so much for returning back if you saw my first episode. So, as normal, I hope you have your drinks ready, spiked or not, because the tea is about to be served. So, I'm back. This is my second episode. So, obviously, last episode I was going to talk about the time when I nearly got ran over by an ex-friend. So we're definitely going to talk today about friendship breakups. However, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who supported my first video. It genuinely meant so much to me that people watched it. Right now, I'm filming this 24 hours after I've released the first episode. And right now it's at over 1,000 views, which I thought only a couple people would watch. I didn't expect, people to actually care. So thank you so much. And the kind messages and everything I've had genuinely means so much to me. I had people reach out who weren't the nicest to me back in the time, and they've gone, you know what, I never thought of it in that way. I didn't know that's how it affected you. I'm sorry. So I've squashed the beef with a lot of people. And that generally means a lot. I'm not one to hold a grudge. I'm not coming on here to blast people, be mean, bring up old drama. I'm literally here to tell you guys funny story times of what's happened to me, things I've been through that I know other people have gone through, so we can just sit and talk about it. That's all this podcast is meant to be. So, instead of hopping straight into the tea about my ex-best friend, I think I should address the hate comments. I'm in 50 minds about addressing this. I don't want to give the haters, they're obviously looking for attention and stuff, and I don't want to give them that. But I just want to, last episode we debunked the rumours. Why not debunk the comments? So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go through the comments on my last video and just talk a little bit about it, and then we're going to get into the tea. So, I'm just going to go in what order they come up on my phone. Okay. First comment by L1 Summer 743. Unrelease this. No. Simple no. I uploaded it because I was proud of it. I uploaded it because this is something I want to do. No. Next one. Smart people equal weird kids. Sounds like you're just jealous. Shock. Same person. If you listened, this is what is these comments, first of all, they haven't upset me. They don't bother me. I've been dealing with hate my whole life. Really brutally honest, really don't care about the comments. I'm just addressing them because to me they're funny. So this one, smart people equal weird kids. That is not exactly what I said. You're twisting my words. What I said was, the loser group, which is what we called them. Yes, it's not the nicest thing, but that's what they were called at the time. They were the smart kids who looked down on us. They looked down on us, my group and the other group, because we weren't as smart as them. They were also all the... they were just a group of, mixed matches people. It wasn't that they were all in one group. It was just that's how the group categorized was. At my school, because people have messaged me from my school and gone, you are so right about the cliques. Because that's what it was. It wasn't that we were being nasty and calling them weird. They were just so different from us. And at the time when you're 15, 16, that's how your mind works. So they weren't weird because they were smart. They were weird because they just acted differently to us. Sounds like you're just jealous. Honestly, no. I hate school. I don't care how smart you are. Good for you if you get all A's. Good for you. Really doesn't bother me. Next one. Oh, shock. Same person. I don't even know this girl, and I can tell everyone hates her. You don't know me? But you're on my channel? You're on Brit Barbie's channel? You're watching my video? Where I know you watched the whole video. The whole hour video. And if you paid attention, which you clearly didn't because of your comments, in the first 30 seconds I go, "Hi, blah 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 blah, I'm Brit Barbie, also known as Ruby Smith." So you do know who I am, because you clicked on my video. My friends have replied to some of the comments, because I was reading the comments and I was giggling. I was like, bruh, come on. Like, really? My big, who I love, Jocelyn, I would rather die for her. I love her. She's my big in my sorority. She went, "I like her a lot, actually." Like, bro, what is the need for the hate? Come on. Next comment. This one. This one was the first hate comment I got, and I read it and I was sat there. I was like, no way. So this might take a minute to debunk. This is from Anonymous KAU5K. Anonymous. Did I not just talk about in my first video the anonymous hate I would get? How people would hide behind their screens and be nasty to me? So thank you for proving my point that I'm correct. So this is what she said. "So firstly, you left out the part where you bullied me for 2 years. Firstly, I don't know who you are. Secondly, whose channel is this? Whose video is this? Who is the one speaking? I really don't think this channel is called Brit Barbie / Anonymous KAU5K. No, it's Brit Barbie's channel. It's my channel. My story time. So saying firstly you left out the part where you bullied me for 2 years. I don't know who you are, so I can't even speak about you. Do you really want me speaking about you? Secondly, at the time I had no idea who this was. I think I know who this is now, and I will explain why. One thing about me, and I am very adamant on this, I am not a bully. A bully to me is someone who day after day, vindictively, goes after someone for no reason. They go after them to put them down or something like this. One thing about me, I even said it in my last video, the way you treat me is the way I treat you. I never in my life, and never will, purposely go after someone to make their life living hell, to bully them, to be mean, if you have not done something to me. Even then, I wouldn't do it. So, if you want to be real, chances were it was 50-50. I'm not saying I'm innocent. I'm not playing the victim card at all. I know I can be a huge female dog. I have a sharp tongue. I'm very aware. However, I'm not a bully. You can ask tons of people, you can ask my friends, you can ask people I hang around who don't even know me. I am not a nasty person. I'm not saying younger Ruby was a saint. Younger Ruby, I'm scared of her. But I'm not a bully. So chances were you were mean to me, I was mean back to you. We probably got in verbal fights. Let's be honest. Here, secondly, they weren't called Eve's minions, they were her disciples. Brackets, get it right. Firstly, if you're going to leave a hate comment, don't slip up and say something that identifies you. The only people that called that group Eve's minions or disciples was my group. There was, how many? There was me in the group. There was my best friend at the time, my other best friend, another girl, and kind of like a guy. So let's just break this down. It wasn't me that wrote that comment. It wasn't one of the girls that wrote that comment because she messaged me after the video laughing about the group. I really don't think it was this girl because honestly, I honestly don't even think she cares about me. You know, like, I'm not looking at you guys not looking at me. That's how she is. I really don't think she's, like, out of sight, out of mind. I don't think it's this girl, because that would be so out of character for her. So that leaves 2 girls from the group. Good one, you just narrowed it down. This girl over here bullied me my whole time at school when we weren't friends. So the fact she's saying I bullied her for 2 years kind of indicates it was her because we would fight all the time. This girl over here is the one that would fat shame me in the videos, the one that I was talking about on the Iceland trip. So it's one of you two, because we're the only people that called Eve's minions or disciples. So thank you for clarifying. Thirdly, it was me who made the list. Just me. And it was all true. So stop making yourself think you're a nice person. That's a lie. Because when I had my meeting with the headmaster and I handed him my version of what happened in my complaints against people, he looked at the sheet and said, the first 3 comments you've made about 3 people, so like, obviously I named people in my list. He said, that person commented on you and was part of your list. So it wasn't all you, and if it was all you and you made 4 back-to-back pieces of paper just about me and more about my friends, creds to you. That takes a lot of work. But it wasn't just you, because the headmaster gave me 3 names straight off the back. So you think you're a nice person when you straight up said a girl is fat when you admitted you were the same size as her. Makes sense. I never called the girl fat. The words, that girl is fat, I don't think came out of my mouth. What came out of my mouth was, she would fat shame me, but she wore the same size as me. As you said, make it make sense. That's not me calling her fat. I'm not saying she's fat, I'm just saying she wore the same size clothes as me, but she made fun of me for being fat. Once again, in your words, make it make sense. So I've obviously replied to this one. You know, I tried to be nice, I don't want to be nasty, you know. I get nothing out of being nasty to my haters. My haters are truly my biggest fans, because you guys are commenting, boosting my comments up, watching my videos, you know, giving me more views. Right now, I think my episode's at over 1,000 views. So thank you for supporting me, honestly. So I said something nice, like, the truth hurts sometimes, we all have different perspectives on what happened, but coming from an anonymous person once again shows the hatred coming from your side. Am I wrong? Did I not say the haters are doing it anonymously? Thank you for proving my point. Like, thank you. You just made what I said more credible. So thank you, honestly. Oh, and the funniest thing was, she just created that account. I posted on the 24th of May. She created that YouTube account 24th of May. Just so she could comment hate on my video. And I'm apparently the mean one? Make it make sense. We've got a few more to go, don't worry. The guy again, L Summer 743. You definitely beat my sleep paralysis demon. So not only do you think of me when you're awake, you think of me when you're asleep. Fan behaviour. You've commented, 4 times now? Fan behaviour. This one. I've changed, in speech quotes. Proceeds to hate on other girls' looks and spread lies about stuff that happened 2 to 5 years ago. For a person who wants to move on, you sure do like talking about the past. Maybe keep other people's names out of your mouth, but I know you have nothing better to do since you lost all your friends. Perhaps you're the one that needs to look in the mirror. I didn't hate on girls. I said the story. I said what I thought, how they treated me. If that's hating on them, so be it. I guess I hated. No, I said my side of the story. It happened to me. I really don't recall there being another person locked in the room with me when I was alone. My mistake. I must have forgot you were sat next to me. Also, when I had the meeting with the headmaster, I'm pretty sure it was just me, my mum, and him. Once again, I forgot you're a fly on the wall and you were there for it. So 100%, spreading lies must be true. Saying I'm talking about stuff that happened 2 to 5 years ago. Shock! You're on the Brit Barbie tea party. I'm here to spill the tea. I'm here to talk about stuff that happened to me in my life. So yes, I will speak about something that happened 2 to 5 years ago. What do you want me to speak about? What's going to happen in the future? I don't know what's happening in the future. Do you guys really want to know what I had for breakfast? How many times I've gone to the toilet? No, you want the drama. That's drama. Shock, I'm 19 years old. I have 19 years worth of experiences I can speak about. Thank you. Oh, it's the guy again. Bet that rip-off Blue Yeti isn't even plugged in. Caught me. Caught me, it wasn't. It wasn't. Because I'm a 19-year-old girl who has set up this whole thing by herself. I'm not good at electronics. I don't know what I'm doing. So yes, my podcast is going to take a bit of time to be perfect. Rip off Blue Yeti, God's honest opinion. I went on Amazon, typed in podcast microphone. This was what was the first thing, added to bag. If you're complaining that this isn't a Blue Yeti, buy me one. Buy me one. Problem fixed. Hour long of static is crazy. Got me there again. I don't care. Why you got 2 teacups? You know you have no real friends. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have friends? This also goes back to the other comment where she was like, you lost all your friends. No, I didn't. Can you guys not read the comments when my friends are saying I can't, I've been waiting for this, all the support I've been getting? Sorry I have 2 teacups, it's for aesthetic purposes. I've already got people asking to come on. So yeah, I have 2 teacups. My money, not yours. I can spend it on 2. I will put, next episode, I will have a 3rd teacup there. Just for you. Who ordered Bad Barbie off Alibaba? Knee slap. Really got me there. Be original. You see that comment under every person's post? Be original. Walmart look pastries. They're Mr. Kipling's. They're stale. They're there for aesthetic. It's a tea party. It's a joke. In case I need to spell it out to you guys, this podcast is really for fun. Everything I'm talking about, I don't care about. I'm not mad. I'm not hurt. It is literally all fun and jokes. I'm in England. We don't have Walmart here. So you've just told me that you're from America. So I know you're not a British hater. Thank you for that. Ever heard of background music? Cue the music. Thank you for that. I didn't know I needed background music. Thank you for helping me. So, those are the comments so far. I'm sure there'll be more. I don't really care. One thing about me is, I've dealt with hate my whole life. I've had some of the nastiest comments ever said to me. I said last week, someone told me no one will ever love me for me. One of the worst things I've been told, or I overheard, there was this girl, she didn't like me, blah de blah, but the thing is, she never spoken to me, never interacted with me. She didn't like me because of rumours, or because her friends didn't like me, She was a follower. And I overheard her, and she went, she deserves the death penalty, she deserves to die. Let that sink in for a moment. And I'm the mean one? I'm the bad guy? So, to the haters out there, first of all, you're all anonymous, which makes it even funnier, because I said people don't have the confidence to say it to me. As far as the people that, obviously there's someone from my old school, who am I to say that if you genuinely feel I bullied you, I am so sorry. God's honest, I am so sorry if that's how you felt. That would never be my intention. I would have never done it if you felt that way or if I knew. I will hold my hands up and say from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry. But I have moved on. I have changed. You clearly haven't. You know, if you're from my old school and you are putting hate comments out, really? You have nothing better to do in your time? No one forced you to watch this. No one had a gun to your head and went, you must watch this. No, you've clicked on my link yourself. You have found my page. You have clicked play. You have sat there for the hour-long video because it was a choice of yours. If you hate me, you don't like me, you genuinely think I've not changed, you don't think I'm a better person, block me. Stop stalking me. Stop going on my pages. I don't follow you, you don't follow me, but you're clearly seeing my stuff. You're clearly keeping up to date, apparently. Get off my page. Go do something. Go outside, go make a daisy chain bracelet. Touch grass. If you have nothing better to do than put hate comments out there on a 19-year-old girl who is doing this for fun because this is what she wants to do for a living, you know, you watching my videos, clicking on it, commenting, is only boosting my YouTube. So thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. My biggest haters are the fans. Anywho, moving on. I had a lot of messages from people and I genuinely wasn't expecting it. I had, obviously, people apologise, squash the beef. I'm not mad at anyone. I don't care if you've been nasty to me. I'm talking about it on here because looking back at it, it's funny. Other people go through it. I've got thick skin. I can deal with it. Like, I don't care about the hate comments. You're just wasting your time because I really probably won't address them again unless there's a really funny one. But I've had people message me, and this is what meant the most to me. I even had foreigners, you know, when there's foreign exchange students come to our school, I've had 3 foreign exchange students message me. One of them was this girl, she won't mind, I'm not going to name her, you know, she won't mind me saying this. She messaged me like, I'm so proud of you, I watched your video right now, it's so funny, I love it. And then she also said, and this genuinely nearly made me cry, she went, when I was at Barney, I heard the rumours about you and they were awful, nasty, but knowing you and knowing into your life and stuff, because she, you know, she spent some time with me, she went, she knew the rumours were fake, she knew they were a lie, she said she knew they weren't true, and she was sorry I went through that, but she said she is so happy to see me, happy now and glowing in moving forward in life. I had older people, years above from that school message me, saying they agree with what I'm saying is correct, they're sorry I went through that, they went through the same thing. I had younger people from that school message me going, I'm going through this right now and this shows me it gets better. So I'm going to continue doing this podcast, I'm helping people. So to the people saying out there it's not true what I'm saying, I'm lying, look at all the evidence I've just shown you. You know, why hate? Why go out of your way? First of all, to make a fake account, grow up. But why go out of your way to hate on me? I'm not hating on anyone. I am saying point blank what I, Ruby, Brit Barbie went through. You can disagree, but you weren't the one who went through it. I'm talking about my perspective. Your perspective might be different. You might think, oh, that didn't happen, or da-da-da. I'm telling you what happened. I'm telling my story. Not your story, not her story, not the story in the middle, my story. And I'm going to touch on this very, very quickly, because I don't want anyone to think I'm blasting my sorority. I've already said, I love my sorority. Genuinely, I have a home in it. It's really upsetting. First of all, my PC 24. I love you guys. The amount of people in my class that I've not necessarily hung out with outside of sorority or spoke too much, and they send me videos of them watching my YouTube channel, and they say that they love it and it's funny and, like, congrats. Like, you have my heart. Thank you so much. However, it was honestly quite upsetting to hear and see that some of my sisters were making fun of it, were posting it on their private story, especially the year above me, telling me to shut up or show the evidence or stuff like that. You're the year above. We're meant to look up to you, and you're hating on one of your sisters who, keep in mind, you've never spoken to me before. Cut it out. Because what's even sadder is that one of them was on the exec team. So an exec member who we're meant to look up to and is the face of our sorority is making fun of me for doing something I love. I'm just going to say this because I already spoke about it in my last video. What you post on your private story, individual messages, you've got to think, you're posting this on your private story. Not everyone has the same views as you. Not everyone has the same hatred that you have in your heart. So yes, they might not be my friend. But if you're blasting me, making fun of me, do you not think one person from that story is going to go, hey Ruby, she's saying this about you, I don't agree with you, I just want to let you know. I'm not going to snitch, I'm not a snitch, I'm not going to go to honours, I couldn't care less if you don't like what I'm doing. If you don't want to support me, that is a you choice. But it was very disheartening. It was very upsetting, especially because one of the girls that did it, I'd never spoken to her, but my goodness, I thought she was one of the most beautiful people in the world. Like, I would look at her and be like, she's stunning. Like, if she had an outfit that I liked, I would try, like, you know. So now instead of looking at you and thinking you're such a beautiful person, I have to look at you knowing that you blasted me on your private story. That you chose to be mean to me. So can that stop? Can the bad talking stop? If you don't like my video, click off it. If you don't like me, block me, get me away. Don't be a hateful person. So that's all I'm going to say in the comments. I can already tell that those haters will probably make a new account and be like, oh, but you're saying not to hate Barbie. I don't care. Save the tears for your pillow. Don't care. Don't cry on my page. This is my page. I talk about what I want to talk about. That's it. You're irrelevant. Get off the page. Anyway, now that that's addressed, let's get into the main tea spilling. So, I said last video that I was going to talk about friendship breakups. I've been through friendship breakups, maybe 3 groups, 3 friendship proper breakups, 2 this year. I'm going to speak about the first one now, the one that happened at OSU. There's a very, very, very juicy breakup, but I'm not going to do that without my best friend Josie because she's part of it. When I say you will be gagged, you will be gagged. Anyway. So, I'm gonna try and make it quick, but obviously we know I love to talk, but I just want you guys to get the full image. So there was 3 of this in my friend group. Originally there was a lot more, but you know, we're in college, we're figuring out who we are, who our voice is, all that kind of stuff. So friendship breakups are natural, they're gonna happen. You're gonna grow apart, you're gonna realise you're not that person anymore, and that's natural. Friendship breakups are okay. So that group fell apart. We were just very different people and different lifestyles, stuff like that. So then, at this point, it's me, a girl, and a boy. I'm just going to refer to them as girl and boy, because if I make fake up names, I'm probably going to forget it. You know, it's just a mess. So all 3 of us were attached at the hip. 24/7 we were together. We had a group chat, obviously, as you do. You know, we had it all. We were together 24/7. we would always go over to the guy's. He lived in a 4 apartment, I lived far away, and the girl lived in the same, like, complex. So we always went to theirs. We were there every single day. We would walk to class together. We would have sleepovers. If we went in class, we would be together. We would drive everywhere. So this was probably from around August time. And the friendship breakup ended in January. So we were friends for, a couple months, a long period of time. And you've got to imagine, we're together 24/7. We were the bestest of friends. We knew everything about each other. Absolutely everything. So, we're all hanging out, blah de blah. And what ended up happening is the guy ended up getting a crush on me. No offense to the guy, I genuinely have nothing bad to say about the guy, no matter what he did to me. The time we had together, in the loyalty and the stuff we did when we were friends, I won't be able to badmouth him and be like, oh, he's a B word, he's a C word, he's a D. No, I have respect for you, but I just don't need you, and I don't like the person you are today, and that's fine. So, the guy had a crush on me. And when I say crush, it was probably more of like a love. And it was hard. I'm not saying I'm the victim. I'm not saying it's all his fault. I'm not saying anything like that. But it was clear that I didn't have a crush on him. I would speak about, I've just been on a date with this guy. I've just done this. So at one point, I went on a date with a guy. And those two, the girl and the guy, pretended to be on a date, and they it was an inside joke. I knew they were crashing it. We went to Da Vinci's, and they crashed my date. So I was sat in the booth, and they were sat in the booth behind, and they were going so the guy could hear, like, oh, I hate that Ruby girl, blah, blah, they were being funny. Then they were going, to the waiter, pretending they were dating, oh, my girlfriend beats me, and then the girl was like, no, he's abused, whole thing was a joke. That's what our friendship was. So we would go out all the time, and the joke always was, me and the guy were in, abusive relationships aren't funny, and that's not what I'm getting at. I don't want people to read too much into it, because that's something I would never joke about. I've already said I don't agree with violence. I will not put up with it. So let's just state the record before, because I can hear the comments, oh my god, I'm not making fun of it. It was an inside joke. We all have inside jokes that are probably bad. You probably watching this have an inside joke or about someone, and it's not nice. So don't come for me. So I would be like, oh, he cheats on me. He makes me pay for everything. And then he would be like, no, that's a lie. She's awful. That's what, and we would do that wherever we went. It was an ongoing joke, at least on my behalf. I didn't realize the guy was reading into it. Because we would speak, all three of us, we would be like, oh, I was just with this person, or I've just been, he knew I was with people. He knew I was talking to someone, stuff like that. So, cut a long story short, we've been hanging out every day, blah, blah, blah. And it's coming up to Thanksgiving. The girl went home early, so it was just me and the guy. So one night, we decided to go to Topgolf in the city. He was really big into golf, and I'm that person that's like, oh, golf isn't even hard. I know I could be a pro right off the bat. I'm that person, So we went to Topgolf. We spent we went to Topgolf at 9, finished at 10, 11. It's an hour drive. We were out all night. So he's he was taking me to the airport the next day because obviously I was flying to Dallas or something to meet my family. And he's been like, oh, why don't you stay over at mine? I'm like, no, my building's just there. And he's like, yeah, but it would save us getting up early. And I was like, no, I want to go back to mine. One thing about me, as soon as the clock hits midnight, I don't care if I'm at a frat party, I don't care where I am, I want to go to my own bed. I need to sleep in my own bed at night time. I hate being, at other people's, I need to be in my own bed. So, I've gone inside, and then about 3 minutes later, I get a message, and it's from him. And I'm thinking, that's very weird. So I open it, and it was a message from him. He was like, look, I really like you, I want to start dating you, blah de blah. And I'm like, oh. Because me and the girl she had been telling him he has a crush on me. So I was being very straight with him, like, oh yes, I'm seeing this guy, in hopes that he would catch the hint. He didn't catch the hint. So I chat GTP'd a message because I like told ChatGPT what to write because I was so scared of hurting him because I've been turned away. I was a fat kid. I had acne. I was turned away, and I would never want to make someone feel bad. I can't see people suffer. It genuinely hurts me. So I asked ChatGPT to make it really, really sincere and nice because I had asked my guy friends, like, what do I do? And they all went, this is their words, not mine, before anyone comes for me. They were like, Ruby, he's going to think you turned him away because he's fat. I was like, but it's nothing image-wise, it's nothing body-wise. He was a big boy. Not in a mean way, like, he went to the gym and stuff, but he was a big boy. He was. We used to, his nickname was along the lines of being big, but he wanted people to call him that. It wasn't us. Like, it was a whole joke. We were fine with that. So I sent him a nice message going, look, I love you as a friend. You know, there's 3 of us in the group. That's not fair to the other girl, and I'm not looking for... I think I said, like, I'm not a good person to date. Like, I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm not interested in you that way, but I love you and I want to keep our friendship. So you can imagine it was awkward, but luckily it was Thanksgiving break. So I've come back, and in my head, I'm like, right, things are clear, things are done. The girl in the group has told me he still has feelings for me. So at this point, I'm just kind of like, oh, it will blow over. Like, it's a little crush. It's going to take a minute to get over. Fair enough. So we're obviously all hanging out as groups, hanging out together 24/7. And it's like, this is what confused me. He was like the gay best friend of the group. Like, he would carry my purse for me. He would pay for me and the other girls' dinner. Like, he was the gay best friend. He took care of us. He was the gay best friend. And if I'm looking for a guy, I want it to be a man. You know, I'm after a man. And that just wasn't him. In my eyes. So, we're now coming up to Christmas time. Once again, I think he asked me out, and I said the same thing. I'm not looking for a relationship, I'm not after that, I want to keep the group dynamic as it is. So Christmas has come, I've obviously flown home. I'm in England. When I say we're on the FaceTime group chat 24/7. 24/7. I'll be asleep and they would be on it because of time difference. I'll be throughout my day and they're asleep and I'm on it. Like, that's just how the group was. We were constantly with each other. So we had this idea we were going to get each other Christmas gifts. And we set the budget to $30. I don't really want to spend money. I'm broke. I'm in uni. We're all broke. I don't want to have to spend money. So, Christmas time's going on. And I don't want to touch too much on this because it's definitely not a sore subject, but it's very recent and I need to give it time and the respect the relationship deserves. But I started speaking to a guy, like, relationship-wise. So I'm getting to know him over Christmas. But anyway, that's not important right now. It'll make sense later on. I've then found out that the guy, instead of spending $30 on me, he's spent $130. I'm like, why have you done that? Like, no, like, he's like, no, I wanted to. I got an extra job so I could get you and the girl presents. Blah, blah, blah. He ended up getting me, you know that, perfume, like, in a shoe? I can't remember the brand, but he got me that, and he ended up getting me, like, a Lego flowers. You can kind of see where this is going. He ended up getting the other girl, I think, some pre-workout and 20 cans of Monsters. So, right away, the girl has gone to me, Ruby, he put more effort into yours, he still has a crush on you. And I'm like, no, like, there's no way, like, no. Like, no. So, we've come back. I'm now back in America. I am now seeing this guy, the relationship, you know, hanging out with him, getting to know him, giving him my energy. And the guy in the friend group had a huge problem with that. The girl was fine with it because, you know, like, they would ask to hang out with me and I'd be with a guy. And before you even go, oh my god, you picked a guy over a friend. No. There was only certain times I could hang out with this guy. He didn't go to my school. There was only certain times we could hang out. The guy in the friend group knew what times I was hanging out with the guy. And he would always ask me to see me, and I'm like, oh, I'm with him, and he would get in a mood. And he would say to the girl in the group, Ruby's not spending any time with us, she's giving him a role, she's completely forgot. I was still hanging out with them. But I'm sorry, I can't give you 100% of my attention now because there's someone else in the picture. I will never pick a boyfriend over a girl, like, best friend. But I will pick a boyfriend over a guy best friend. Here's why. I'm 90%. You know when people say guys and girls can't be friends? I believe that 90%. There is some instances where it works because I have guy friends that I 100% know don't have a crush on me and I would never have a crush on them. But it's not many. Always one ends up falling for the other. I knew this guy had a crush on me and he would make moves on me and stuff. Like, he would make moves. There was one instant where he had a party at his, so we all went. And I would crash at his, like, place all the time on the sofa. Like, their roommates didn't care. I'd crash on the sofa because we would stop hanging out late at night. And my dorm was a 10-minute walk in the pitch black. The guy wouldn't walk with me because he wanted me to stay at his. You know, so I would crash at his couch all the time. And this one instance, we're at the party, someone else ends up crashing on the couch. So the guy went to me, Ruby, just sleep in my bed, we're friends, nothing weird. And in that instance, I wouldn't think anything of it. He's my best friend. I know he has a crush on me. But you don't realise in the moment until you look back that it's kind of weird. And it's like 4 a.m, you know, like, I just wanted to go to bed. So I've got in bed, and he's gone, can I cuddle you? And I've gone like, I thought there was going to be like a pillow fortress in between us. He ends up cuddling me. And this is nothing against him and nothing against... I wanted to die. I was facing the wall, like, you know, kept scooting away, like... So we woke up about 7 because we had something to do in the morning. I ended up not going. It was like to an event. I really should have went, but I didn't. He went and he's like, oh, you can stay in bed, you know, shower. I ran. Because, no offense to him, he was very sweaty and the bed was soaking wet with sweat. I had to get out. I was disgusting. There was sweat on the back of me. You know, I had to go. I've already said I like to be in my bed. So, when it comes to a relationship with this guy, he has my priority because I know this guy likes me, but he's also my best friend, and you should be happy for your best friend if they're getting to know someone, getting in a good relationship. And he wasn't. He was so upset I was giving someone else a chance and not him. He could not be happy for me. He was being nasty, he was doing little digs here and there, but you've got to understand, this guy has a crush on me. He makes moves on me. That is not respectful to the guy I'm being in a relationship with. So we ended up, one night he asked me to come over, and I was like, okay, I'll come at 9, I'm with so-and-so. It was 9, and I had to message him, like, look, it's probably going to be a few more hours, he's staying over longer. That was it for him. I understand, but I also warned him, like, look, it's going to be a few more hours. Like, I told him ahead of time. I didn't tell him at 9, I told him, like, 8:30. So he's like, you're done with us, blah, blah. Me and him, he messaged me, he went, oh, so I'm guessing you're with him now. And I was like, yeah, like, I think we're in a relationship, like, that's what it is, we're in a relationship. He cut me off. Or did I cut him off? It was a mutual, it was like nothing needed to be said, we knew. So then he's messaged me the next few days, come get your SHIT out my thing. The problem was, the guy friend, and everyone will say this, when he was drunk, he was violent. He would start fights, not ever to me or the girl, but like, he would start fights. My guy doesn't want me around that. My dad didn't want me around him. Everyone was like, Ruby, the way he is with you, it's weird. Because before anything, one of the rumours was that we were dating. Like, we would walk down the street to the gym, and people would roll down the window and say to him, how have you done that? You know, there was one time he posted on Instagram, the girl had a ball to go to, so we all got dressed up for photos. So you can imagine there's photos of me and him, her and them, like, you know, duos, trios, stuff like that. He posted as the main photo on his Instagram, a photo of me and him. Then a photo of just him, and then one, I think it was with all three of us. He didn't even post one alone with the other girl. So that is insinuating that we're together, and I'm like, no, like, people would come up to me like, oh, you're dating him? I'd be like, no. And he had the caption, I think I actually came up with it because I thought he was posting the photo of all three of us, of, I must be really funny. So then in the comments, because he hasn't posted the one of three of us, or maybe he did, but he had the main one as me and him, people are putting in the like group chat like basketball shots and stuff, and I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh, no. Anyway, back to the story. So he's messaged me, like, come get you. So I'm like, look, I'll have to come with so-and-so. I'm not going alone. He went, I'll come drop your SHIT off. I'm like, okay. So obviously me and the girl are still friends. I said to her, look, even though me and the guy aren't friends, I don't expect you to pick a side. You know, we'll just spend time with each other. Like, you spend time with him, I'll spend time, you know, we were going to be civil. So then the guys came to drop off my stuff. And he's in a very bad mood. He had already sent nasty messages. He's in a bad mood. So my boyfriend has come with me. I'm not going down there alone. So my boyfriend's gone to the boot and like got most of my stuff out. He had poured water and thrown stuff on it. I didn't care. So my boyfriend's got most of the stuff. So I've gone to the passenger door. He ended up bringing one of his friends who I know because we would all hang out together. And I had already been told by the girl at this time that the rest of the group, because they were his roommates, like, fair enough, didn't like me because he had told them Ruby used me, Ruby led me on, all this. I didn't. I told you I was seeing people. I'm so sorry if you took it that way. You know, but I wouldn't have changed how I acted. Like, I really wouldn't have. I don't think I did. He was just, when I say he was so hurt, that killed me. Like, I said to him, like, I don't want you to hurt. He was so hurt, like, heartbreak. So, him and his friend have come, and I've been like, hi. He went, your stuff's in the back. So I've kind of gotten the idea he doesn't want to speak. So I've gone to the back and I've got the last few things. So then I've then walked to the driver's side, and I've gone, look, thank you, I really don't want to fight with you, anything like that. Wouldn't even look at me. So you know what he does? I'm like a little bit ahead of the car, like speak to him through the window. Swerves the car to try run me over. He tried to hit me because I was in a relationship with another guy that wasn't him. I have proof. He messaged me a few weeks after the incident, trying to make up with me. He was like, hi, I'm really sorry for, like, I don't know if he said running my foot over or trying to hit. He admitted to it. It's on text. I ended up saying, like, oh, it's fine, you know, if you want to speak to me and air things out, that's fine. The problem was, yes, we know I'm petty. You know, if you do me wrong, I don't like you, I don't have any loyalties to you. So me and the girl were still friends at this time. And the guy, I don't want to speak too much about this legal stuff. The guy at the time, he was in a major that, you know, you can't be around alcohol, you can't be around drugs. And he was, you know, dabbling in stuff. So I remember I said to my friend, like, if he tries to ruin my relationship or he tries to run me over again or anything, I'm going to report him to the head of his thing. Oh, I admit it was bad. I obviously was never going to, but, like, I just shouldn't even have said it. But I was angry. I was hurt. So the guy found out through the girl, and he's gone, you've taken this way too far, da-da-da, F you, da-da. So we're never making up. So then at this point, things started getting complicated between me and the girl. Because our group, we would go to raves together. That's what we did. We would go to raves. My rave outfits would eat. They would eat more than fat 13-year-old Ruby, and she ate. She ate so much food. She ate everything. That's how good my outfits ate. They were so good. Anyway. So she's gone to me like, oh, he still wants to go to the rave. I'm so uncomfortable being alone with him. I don't want to go to a rave alone. I'm scared he's going to get a crush on me. Like, I can't be alone with him. So she's gone, Ruby, can you book a rave for me and you? I'm like, yeah, like, sure, me and you can go. She's like, good, I don't want to go with him. The next day, she had just come back. She went home for the weekend and she's came back. And I messaged her, hi, I've not seen you in a few days. Do you want to go get dinner? She went to me, oh, I've got homework to catch on and I'm going to the gym. Keep in mind, the day before, she's just told me she doesn't like the guy, she doesn't want to be alone with him, he makes her uncomfortable. So, I'm sitting in my bed, I'm in a new friend group by now, best friends, blah, blah, blah. So then, the guy in I'm still in a relationship at this point. The guy in the friend group goes to me, Ruby, look at this. The guy in my old friend group, they had each other on each other's private story. The guy in my old friend group, the one who tried to run me over, is at a rave with the girl. Just them two. I'm like, no. Like, she told me she's at the gym. Like, no. The one thing I can't stand is lies. Don't even get... lies is going to be a whole another episode. I cannot deal with lies. It's my number one thing. Will not do it. It's disrespectful. Grow up. So she's lied to me. But I'm like, she's just told me she feels unsafe with him. So my head's I'm annoyed. The girl took me off her private story for that day because she didn't want me to see that they were at the rave together. So she's taken me off her private story, hidden her location, not answered any of my messages. That is shady. That is a bad friend. I wouldn't have cared if they went to the rave together. I have a problem that you lied and hid it from me. Complaining about you don't feel safe with him, but you're at a rave. Doesn't matter. Their outfits were not up to par. Because I would always plan their outfits for the raves. I would lend the girl my outfits. That's why the outfits ate. They weren't good at outfits without me. That was my job of the group. So, meanwhile, I've ended up messaging the girl going, what the hell? That's all I said, I think. Or, what the hell, you're at a rave with him? ? She's obviously not going to answer. She's cacking her knackers. It is dripping down her leg at this point, probably. So, what does the guy end up doing? He posts a photo while he's at the rave of my ID, my personal ID, in a place that could have got me in trouble. He took the photo, he had uploaded it. It was like a previous photo he already had. It was like a joke. He's posted that to his main story. I don't even have him on Snapchat. So the guy in my new friend group's gone, take this down right now. Ruby's ID's in it. You're going to get her in trouble. He went, oh, I didn't even realise her ID's in it. It's in the middle of the photo. It is what the photo is. You were trying to get me in trouble. So he's taken it down. So they've come back. I remember the girl wanted to meet up with me and I was busy at the time. So we talked out through a message. I said, the way you've been treating me recently is hurting me. If this carries on, I can't be friends with you. You're being a bad friend to me at the moment. She was. She's obviously got her, panties in a twist. She's on she's having a fanny fit. She's annoyed. She's ignoring me. A week goes by, and I'm like, I'm not reaching out to her. I didn't do anything wrong in this instance. She needs to come back to me. So a week goes by, and I'm at a friend's house, and she goes, oh, can I come to yours? I'm like, I'm out. We can call. So I'm at the, there was a group of us at a place. I think one of them was cooking a dinner or something for us, just a chill hangout. So I've gone next door on the phone. And I know she's going to be in a mood. I know it. So she's like, I can't believe you would say that to me. If you really think that's the type of person I am, you don't know. I'm like, whoa, slow down. All I said was, I don't like the way you're treating me. You're upsetting me and you're being a bad friend at the moment. And I can't continue being friends with you unless something changes. Then, at this point, I was annoyed they were friends. Because he had tried to run me over. And I'm one of those people, I won't ask someone to pick a side, but if they don't pick a side, you know where the loyalty stands. And the girl was one of those people that she had to have 10 friends instead of one good friend. And I would rather have one best friend over 10 mediocre friends. That's how I am. I like a small circle. I don't like a lot of people. I don't need a lot of people validated. I only trust a certain amount of people. I have a small circle. So I've then gone to her. I have a really hard time with you being friends with him, because how can you be friends with someone that has tried to run over your best friend? She was my best friend, I was hers. She's like, I said I'm not going to get involved, I'm not picking sides. I'm like, he tried to run me over. I can understand not picking sides, emotionally. He has physically gone out of his way to hurt me, and you're friends with him? No. I ended up saying to her, like, I don't want to be friends with you anymore, so that friendship's done. Yeah, so that's gone on, blah de blah. Anyway, we're now a couple months, we're like towards the end of term, and I'm going to be very careful how I say this. I don't want the guy to think I'm coming for him. No one knows who I'm on about. I've not said a name. Anyway, you know how I said he used to dabble and stuff? There was one point before Christmas he went to me, hey Ruby, you can buy shroom growing kit off Amazon. Let's do it and like sell. I'm sorry, what? Anyway, if it's in a different position, it's because the camera just cut out. But where was I? So he was like, well, you can get a kit off Amazon and grow shrooms and it's legal, and I've gone, are you stupid? No. Like, we're not growing shrooms in a door. No, we're not doing it. Anyway, so at this point, we haven't hung out in months. Like, we're not friends. I don't know what he's doing. Like, I don't know anything about them. In one night, I get a message from a friend. To this day, I still don't know how he found the mugshot. So I was in this class. It was called PLC, President Leadership Council, and we all have like individual families in that class. Anyway, my family ride or die. Anyway, so it was someone like in my family, blah de blah, and he sends me a message. He goes, Ruby. He sends me the mugshot. The guy had just got arrested. He sends me the mugshot. He goes, FYI, if you have any photos on Instagram, anything like that, with him, take it down. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to message me that. But he did it out of the kindness of his heart. And he is genuinely such a nice guy. Genuinely a lovely guy. And I have so much respect for him because of that. Because he could have like just not told me, not done anything, not helped me out. But he had my back. Anyway, so I now have the mugshot. Is this mean? I don't think so. I got it printed out on a t-shirt and I wear that t-shirt. I love that t-shirt. It literally has his mugshot and it says, because the charges were, I could get it up on my phone and make sure 100% what I'm saying is correct. It was along the lines of in possession of drugs, in distribution or growing, And everyone was like, oh my god, what is it? What was it? Like, everyone was like, oh, psychedelics. What drug was it? And I'm in my back of my head going, bro, it's the shrooms that he was gonna grow. Anyway, so that got out. I genuinely felt so bad for him. Because I knew him obviously when we were friends, and he was such a good guy. No matter what he did to me, he still had so much loyalty when we were friends, and for that I'll always respect that. However, I was gagged. Not gonna lie, I was eating it up. I was like, bro, eating it up. But yeah, so he went to court and stuff. I think he got probation for a few years, nothing like drastic, luckily, because like, I always said like I've got to remember he did try to run me over, all that, blah, 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 but like, as a person, he would have died in jail. Like, he would have been made into everyone's little female dog. He would have not been let out of the shower room. He would have been forced to drop the soap. Like, it would have been rough. But, one of the problems I did have was, when I was in PLC, he was in that class. He wasn't in my family or anything, blah, blah, blah. But I remember that the teacher she addressed it to class. She addressed, like, something's gone on. No, she didn't address it to class. I think she told the mentors. Like, I can't remember how I found out. But they were like, we're going to support him through this. I'm sorry, support him from dealing drugs? Growing shrooms? Maybe it wasn't shrooms. It probably was. But I'm like, he has tried to run me over. He has sent me nasty messages. The teacher knew this. And now he has a mugshot and everything because he was in jail, and you're supporting him, but we're in a class about President's Leadership Council where you have to be a leader to be in that class. I had a really big problem with that because the problem with drugs is there's 50, half of the time people are like, they made that choice, there's no excuse, and the other half is like, oh, mental health. So it's 50-50, but like, he just tried to run me over. He's dealing drugs. You knew what side I was on. So yeah, but I don't know what he's doing. I don't really care. I don't follow him on anything. I hope he's, recovered, having a good life. Don't wish any bad on him. Don't wish any bad on the girl. Like, no bad blood, but yeah. That was my first friend breakup at OSU. So I'm really sorry, this video was really, really long. I promise, the podcasts are gonna, the future ones are gonna be 30-minute longs. But for the first few, I just kind of had to you had to get the vibe. I was obviously explaining stuff in the beginning, addressing haters, and the last video I was addressing rumours. But soon they're gonna, be more concise, they're gonna be better, Every video, there's obviously going to be problems. The audio, I'm using the mic on this one. I don't know if the mic works. I've never used it before. So, L whatever, 3.5 whatever, if this microphone doesn't work, if you actually want to buy me a Blue Yeti one, that'd be highly appreciated. So, I guess this video is coming up to a wrap. I want to say thank you so much to the people who leave comments, nice comments, and message me and support me. It genuinely means the world to me. Because I could have just saw those hate videos, deleted. The thing was, people were like, why don't you just delete the comments? They're just going to retype them. They're just going to make another anonymous account. It's probably the same person, all the accounts. There is no beating them. So I've just got to better myself. So, haters, if you're angry, probably don't waste your time writing the comments because I'm just sat there giggling at them. If you have a problem, message me directly. I also want to say, I wasn't bashing my sorority. I love my sorority. And I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not coming for them. All I'm saying is, as my sisters, I expect your support, and I would like that. I actually, during the break of this video, just got a message from one of the girls who is on exec, and she was like, we support you, what you're doing, you've not done anything wrong, I support you, I'm here for you, and that genuinely meant so much to me. So yeah, we're going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely did. As always, stay pink, stay petty, and I'll see you next week. I didn't even finish the story, my bad. Anyway, the reason he got caught was the police ended up raiding. He lived, obviously in a dorm on campus. The police ended up raiding the whole dorm. Every floor. And that's how they found the drugs in his room. So I want to know who snitched. How did the drugs, how did they know there was drugs there? So if you know, tell me. But yeah, end of the video. Thank you for watching.